Hello everyone, welcome to runout.tv. I'm Mal Clark and I am actually a Sunday League manager in real life, and like many other people I got my start from Football Manager. I've played every single Football Manager and Championship Manager since 1993, believe it or not. It's such a long time. I'm 33 years old. I've pretty much played since I was 12. So we're starting off a new season with Newcastle United, my local team from where I live. We've got a lot of injuries, as you can see at the bottom here. This video is just going to be me going through the whole squad and seeing what's what, making some bids for some players that I know that are decent, other ones that I might have to start scouting for players. We're going to have a look at maybe what tactics we might want to play, and we're going to have a look through the playing staff, see if we can get everyone set up on, getting a few of the old players out and a few new players in and stuff like that. So 3 unread messages. We're going to go straight into a meeting. As you can see, Lee Charlie's one of the Mike Ashley crew. Boo. And I'm on 30 grand a week, so I'm not slumming it. I'm not quite on that in real life. In fact, I'm not even on that a year. That just goes to show how wonderfully happy I'd be if I was on that sort of money. We've got to go through all of the staff stuff. John Carver's there, Joe Joyce, blah blah blah. Sign young players. The board want me to sign young players for the first team. Well, I'm quite happy with that because I like to sign young players, and Ashley and Carver wants to hold a meeting, so the Newcastle fans will be very pleased because sackpardew.com no longer exists. I don't know whether they'll have sackclark.com, but anyway, let's get this meeting started. Welcome to the Magpies, blah 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 blah, and that's Mike Ashley. Full back to the board. I wouldn't have hired you if you hadn't have clicked yes you want to manage us. Newcastle, obviously a club with a lot of history. Yeah, I'd love to learn more about the club in a calm way. Always be open and nice. The club feels the minimum expectations. Wage budget, I think I'm actually happy with that. 10 million quid to spend at Newcastle is quite a rare thing for any manager. I think Pardew would quite like that sort of freedom if he had it now. Want to sign young players for the youth team. Would I to suggest meeting? I think I would like a meeting actually. Yeah, I'll hold a press conference. Great. So we're in another meeting with John Carver, doing our round of meetings. And this video might be a bit longer, guys. Might be about half an hour, but we would just need to see what's going on. Before I start, I want to give a shout out to some great Football Manager channels that I enjoy myself. We have Football Manager Youth Development. We have Statistical Approach, who's definitely from around these parts as well, judging by his accent. And who's the other guy? Footy Manager TV, who also is very well known, does a great channel as well. And there's a couple of others that I can't remember, but check out my likes. You'll often see their videos on there. As you know, I do other videos, guys, so make sure you check those out as well, different games. But we're going to be doing this Newcastle game and hopefully getting a few subscribers for the playlist. If you don't want the other games, guys, remember to subscribe to the playlist rather than the channel, and you'll get all of those games. So anyway, back to this. John Carver, I've got some questions to ask you. Firstly, do you want to arrange an inter-squad friendly for tomorrow? I'm never quite sure about this one, guys. I'm never quite sure whether it's a good idea. I don't think there's any point, to be honest. I think I can do that myself. Written a report regarding the team. Yes, I would like to see that. Would you like me to arrange a meeting with the rest of the staff? Yes, please. You provide with regular reports from backroom staff. Now, how often do we want these? I think I want those on a fortnightly basis. Agent offers, definitely. This is where you basically set in your settings. Want future prospect or transfer listed players. Future prospect players. I think future prospect and transfer listed players. Would you like me with any tasks? I think I want them to do all the training, guys. I don't tend to do training. All the squads. What else do we do? I do press conferences. They're taken care of through my staff settings. Team talks I do. Opposition instructions, I can do that. And assist with friendlies. Let's have a look. Right, you can arrange them. I'm going to take control of them. Great, that's everything for that. Conversation is ended. This concludes the meeting. and let's go through. So transfers update, we have a number of players on loan. Sylvain Marve, Hatton Ben Arthur, the nasty man that he is there. I'm actually a big Hatton Ben Arthur fan actually. I would be sad to see him go. Facunda Ferreira is on loan from Shakhtar Donetsk. He's actually our best forward. And we've got the two Nottingham Forest players who signed and went immediately back to Nottingham Forest. And Yanga Mbiwa, who I actually thought had signed for Roma. I might be mistaken. But he might be going. So new subscriptions, I'm quite happy with that. Newcastle background, all looking good. So, you know, fierce rival Sunderland. Yes, haven't won a cup for, well, long, my dad's lifetime almost. So, I want to speak to Colaccini first of all, and then I'm going to hold team meeting. I think I'm going to assertively doing that. Team morale's pretty low. Okay, so cool. It's just a nice thing to see. So, I'd like to take my opportunity to introduce to you as a manager. And 23 players are happy. Well, that's good. I'm showing a bit of passion. I think we can... can we qualify for the European Cup? I think we need to finish in a respectable position. I don't think we can qualify for Euro Cup this season. I think... Well, Darren Jamnat, so Darren Jamnat reacted badly. I had this on another, I tried to save out just to look at some settings, and he did do that, so that was a bit weird. So Carver's presented Newcastle report. Krul's our best player, that doesn't surprise me, it's my opinion as well. Just having a look at the team then. We've got Krul, we've got Rob Elliott. We don't really have a third keeper, but we've got Jack Hannick low down in the team. Jamnat, Hedera. I do think we're a bit weak in cover, which I think we all know. Right back, well, Jamnat's very good, and then we've got Ryan Taylor back from injury. But I might be looking to move Ryan Taylor on, possibly. Czech Tiote, Vernon Anita, Musa Sissoko and Jack Colback and Remy Cabella. We're actually quite well stocked in midfield, as you can see. CM De Jong. You know, can't really complain about that. If anything, we've got one too many. I'm not personally a big fan of Johan Gouffron. Be someone I'd be probably looking to move on, although he is very good at attacking midfielder left, so I'm probably going to keep him for now. And up front, we definitely have an issue. I think we all know about that at Newcastle in real life. And there we go. So I'm quite happy with that. Let's go back and meet my staff. We're going to have a chat to my staff. So I want to add Ryan Taylor. Let's just basically, we've got Stefan Broccoli, or Broccoli. I'm presuming it's on Broccoli. He's 16. He's looking good. Ben Drennan and Daniel Barlaser, probably. It could well be Barlaser. And the scouting team welcome us there as well. And they recommend René Adler. Now, one of the things you'll find, guys, is that Tim Krul, when he first starts... I'm going to make an inquiry about René Adler. When Krul first comes in, he gets interest from Paris Saint-Germain. He wants you to say that you're going to let him see them, which isn't great. Disappointing. So anyway, first things first, I think we need to look at obviously Jonas, you know, get well soon Jonas, we all know it says here, and they've been very tactful in this, unavailable to play football for medical reasons. I remember years and years ago, there was a thing in the game that said that players could get, it was like the worst injury you could get was leukemia, which was about a year out in the game. And this was going back to 2001, 2002, and there was one game where I... went into the editor of my friend's game and give all of his best players the worst injury you could get, which was leukemia. And that sounds like I'm being a little bit glib. It was only a joke, but I think that they've done right in not allowing that to be like named. It's like just a little bit of respect for players who are suffering that terrible illness. So, you know, I'm quite happy with that. I think that's a sensible way forward. What I'm going to do, guys, is put a couple of the players into the first team squad. Now I'm just remembering how we do this here. Move to senior squad for Orlando Aarons. If anything, I think he's a little bit underdone in the game, if I'm honest. I'm also going to put Adam Armstrong up there, who's definitely a lot better. Move to senior squad. looking at other players, Alex Gilliard is actually someone who I know his granddad in real life, believe it or not. Is quite a good player, Alex. We've got Shane Ferguson, who's on the list. We've got Jack Anick, who I think I am going to probably renew his contract. I am actually a big fan of Jack Anick, and I don't really want to lose him. So I'm going to give him a new contract for a few more seasons, and just because I do think that he's a player that I would like to keep, and I'd be happy to raise that to quite specific, but I want that after 10 games. Appearance fee, clean sheet bonus. I think that's all fairly nice. I'll suggest that. Well, he wants 10%. I think I want to just negotiate this one term. There you go. Finalise offer. So that gives him a nice little pay rise and also keeps him involved. So who else have we got here? And I've got Haris Vucic, who I do like as well. I do think he has been underutilised at Newcastle. I know he's not brilliant. We've got David Santon, who's injured but should certainly not be in the reserves. And let me just see if there's anybody else. Nobody else. Gail Birigiyama, but he's probably going to be sold. Adam Campbell, again, not progressing in the way that perhaps Newcastle United would like. I want him to be, he's certainly not doing bad for himself, making $3,000 a year, $3,000 a week at 19-year-old, but there's definitely high hopes for him. Remy Street, he was the young lad who Willie Donachie attacked or allegedly attacked, and he got fired for that. Curtis Good, he would probably be in the first team, but he's on loan somewhere else, and I think he's another player who, he played in the World Cup, can't really argue with that. That's probably it. So let's go to our staff duties now. I need to do that before we go any further. Although perhaps we should look at captains for a second. So Jamil, believe it or not, our best captain is 20 years old. That's because it's the reserves. My bad. Let's go. Okay. Under 18s, let's have a look here. Is there anyone here that quite a lot of them are available for loan? Getting a lot of them out there and playing. There's no one here who's sticking out on my line. Broccoli, Drennan and Barcelona was the only two that were anywhere decent. What I normally do here, guys, is just have a look at the ones who might be. Now, he's not bad at all. I just usually have a quick look through to see what's what, but I'll probably do that after the video because it might take a little bit too long for you. So I do need to find staff, and I need to find staff responsibilities, and there they are at the top. The good thing about Football Manager 15 this year, guys, is that everybody has, everything's pretty accessible. Okay, I'm going to dismiss that one. Responsibilities, here we go. So hires, fires, director of football will be me. Hires, fires, yes. Makes offers for first team. Finds and make offers for young players for the future. Finalises. I think I want to do that because I want the final say. Handles. I'm happy for him to do that. And sets assignments for I think I want Chief Scout to do that. Runs general training, Carver. Now, runs general training for youth teams, I want it to be Joe Joyce. Match training there, Dave Watson. I've got a little pop-up there. Now what are we doing here? Finds new clubs for first team players. No, I'm not I wouldn't. I kind of want I don't want Charney doing that, but you see, it gives you that option. I want someone to be out there looking. So whilst I don't 100% agree with that, so first team. Gives team talks, that's pretty much instructions. Under 21s, apparently I don't have the option. It's because personal assistant, When you scout a player, add him to shortlist for a month, 3 months, month. Watch him for 2 matches. When you offer a player to other clubs, yeah. Loan fee, percentage of monthly wages, no. Allow him to play for own team. So pick a member for tactical advice. Now this is where I don't think you can go much wrong with Peter Beardsley. Training can be Carver. Player recruitment can be the chief scout. Squad management, probably Carver again. Man management, I'll give it to Steve Stone. And youth development, it'll be my head of youth development. Or Dave Watson, manager. Probably going to be head of youth development, I think, if I'm doing it properly. So there we go, guys. That's all nicely done. We do have the option, I know at the start of the game, David Platt and Rene Moonstein, or whatever he's called, are free. So I need to find him. So what I'm going to do is just quickly search. Am I doing this wrong? What am I doing? Oops. No, back. Home. Home, please. And right. I can't find the typey bit. Where's the typey bit at? Oh, no way. Dick. Oh, yeah, yeah. Right, okay. Rene, where are you? Rene Molenstein. Now he would be a brilliant head of youth development. Approach to sign. Coach. I think I just want him on board, to be honest. So we'll have him on as an extra coach. Just a good one. Okay, guys, we now need to start looking at our first team with a view of getting rid of some of the dead wood. And then I'll take a short break in the video. So I think I want to transfer this to Ryan Taylor, just simply because I don't believe he's really got. I think he's been injured too much. He's not really a player that transfer offer to clubs. He's 1.1 million. I'd be happy to take a little bit less than that. An offer to clubs there. So we're going to offer him to clubs. Who else have we got? Mike Williamson. I can usually liquidate Mike Williamson for 2 million. I think I might try and get 2.2 million for him and offer Mike. We're quite well stocked in midfield, you know, and I'm not a big fan of Sammy Ami, I've got to be honest. I'm not sure if I'm just being really nasty and getting rid of him. Oyoizi, he's a decent player, like, but not sure about him either. Manuel Rivera, another one I'm not sure about. Vucic, Cisse, yeah, not sure about him. I think unfortunately for Mendy Abid, I do like him, you know. I'm not against him at all. Where's his scouting at? You know, I'm just not sure. I mean, he's very good, isn't he? Roman Prim, he's alright. Probably keep him just for cover. Jack Colback, defensive midfielder, so I've got some use for Jack. Probably leave it there, to be honest. I think the only one I'm going to get rid of is Sammy Amiobi, because I'm just not a big fan of him, to be honest. I'm not a big fan of either of the Amiobis, and I'll see if I can get $1 million for him. So that's the first team taken care of. There'll probably be a couple more that I have no use for. I don't think Rob Elliott's particularly a great keeper, but he's a decent cover. So let's move into under 21s. There's a few that I'd like to do something with here. Freddie Woodman, I want to put him back into the 18s. Now the reason for that is I want him to get games. 15, what's he doing in there? Paul Woolston, wow. I want him back in the 18s as well. And then I can go through and release a couple of... because they can still come upwards, but they can't go downwards, and that's the key thing. Who's my affiliates, just out of interest? Right, okay. So Lewis Suddick is 16, and he's not great. I'm going to release Lewis Suddick. So he's... what am I doing just to save time? I'm just going to put sell or release for Lewis Suddick. Kevin Mbabu, he's quite good. Lubo Sakta, now he's been around forever, and my view is that he won't get anywhere in our team, so I'm going to release him as well. So Sakta's on the list. McKinnon, like another guy who's been around forever. Again, looking stats just aren't good enough. Unwanted list, will sell or release him. Macaulay Gillespie, he's not going anywhere either, is he? We just need to get rid of some of these guys. Ben Pollock, not good enough. Oh no, wrong one. I just want to sell or release at the minute. Oliver Kemen, I think he's actually a bit better. Yeah, he's a little bit better. We'll just keep him on for a while. We don't want to get rid of everybody. Jordan Story isn't going to be good enough. I think that's the harsh thing about football, isn't it? That you kind of know immediately who isn't going to have it. This kid's not got it either. Right winger, but to be honest, nothing there. I don't know who this guy is, but he just is terrible. I don't know where he's come from. In fact, I might just release him immediately because I don't think it'll cost us anything. Yeah, he's gone. Gutierrez, Liam Smith, again, just sell or release. Got to clear out some of this stuff. Tom Herdman, I think he's actually decent in real life, but he's definitely not any good here. And Johnny Quinn. Now Jonathan Quinn is a little bit better, but again, I want to concentrate on the players here. And what I'm going to do in the under 18s, I'm going to be quite vicious because there's a lot of players. So I want to have a look at the player assistant manager reports, and the recommendation is that most of these guys aren't any good. So I'm just going to go ahead and blast a lot of them out. All the 17-year-olds basically are going to go, apart from the two 16-year-olds here, which might look a little bit crazy, but I'm just going to do it. It's going to cost us 96 grand, but they are gone, and we just have to see how we get on. So there we go, guys. That is the let's have a look at our first team squad again. Just have a look and see what's what. See, we do have some poor potential players. Orbitan, Aaron's, which I think is very, very underrated. Much better than that. I've got maybe Vucic needs to go. No, he's got 4-star potential. I need to keep him for a bit. Cisse in lieu of... Well, I'm going to offer to club Cisse because I think I can do better. But I want 8.5 million for him. Right, so who do we want to sign? Who do we need to sign? Let's have a look at our squad, and let's have a look at not assistant reports, general info for now. Sort by position, and Dummett and Hedera, decent. Jamnat, we've got Ryan Taylor who's on the list, so we probably need a right back. So right back we'll have a look for. Midfield I'm quite happy with, although I think we could do with a left winger. So we've got Samiyami, although I think I'll be looking at playing Cabela perhaps there with Siem de Jong in the middle. So I'm looking at kind of a 4-5-1 formation with Colback. So I think making the most of our, and it's obviously a striker that we need. So probably a perhaps a sub goalkeeper to replace Elliott, because I think, if I'm honest, Napoli, we might end up flogging Krul. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to pause the video there for a second, do a few searches around, and then I'm going to come back and update you on where we're going with our bids. Hi guys, welcome back. Just want to show you, just to finish off this first video, and the next video we're going to be doing tactics and our first friendly. So I just wanted to do the initial setup video and hope you guys enjoyed that. I have actually decided in the end to sell. I've sold Williamson and Johan Gouffran. Not a big fan of Gouffran, so I wanted just to get rid of him and get somebody else in. And to replace him, I signed Dorin Rotario, who is someone Statistical Approach thinks very highly of. And I'm looking forward to using him right across my front line there as well. We've also signed on a free transfer, Innocent Ngira, who also plays on the wings as well. I think he'll be a useful player. He's got great aggression. Got some pace and he can finish as well. Bit of improvement to go there. Determined, bit of a flair player, so I think he'll do well coming off the bench for us. And we've also signed Gino Peruzzi, who's going to be our right midfielder. Back up to Jan Match, going to improve, and he's a signing for the future as well. There's other signings I'm looking at. I'm just going to see who I've got in for at the moment. They're not targets, that's wrong. No one on the development list. Hang on, I've got to go back and find what's going on. We've got Adam Campbell and Rolando Arons that are going there. I think we had an inquiry in for Virgil van Dijk, but it didn't come through. They want $7.5 million for him, and unfortunately I cannot seem to afford him yet. They're wanting $6 million. I've made the offer. So we'll see what happens there. Oop, no, I don't want to cancel the offer. I'll just make the offer again. And we've also got an offer in for this guy, Mikel Gonzalez, just as a backup to our defence, and also can play along the defensive line as well. So I'm looking at him as a backup. He's got good tackling, teamwork, decisions. Everything's pretty decent. There's a couple more that I want to sign, but they're the main ones at the moment, guys. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching the first video. Get yourself subscribed, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.